Hey Leo, it's Empress Rose here and welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so take what works, leave what doesn't, check your other major placements if I don't catch your energy wave or your storyline on this one. So we're going to start with the Oracle Mystical Moments for an intuitive start to the reading. We are grateful for the message we are about to receive, the accurate message we are about to receive for Leo. Leo. What do we have for Leo this week? We have 4 cards, a little booklet for Leo. Oh my gosh. Cancer just got this card. Yep. Oh, wow. Okay. So, you're very focused on something. Well, you appear to be very focused on something. When you look at this card really closely, like she's supposed to be looking whatever is in the camera really closely, she's actually looking out at me or at you, okay? So she looks like she's focused on something. She's trying to maybe focus on that thing. And it could be through social media, it could be through some sort of film, some sort of camera work, something like that. She's very committed to the process. She's very committed to what she's looking at, but it's actually, she's getting distracted and she's getting a lot of other ideas. These ideas are awesome and very promising. So it's not wrong for her to not be fully focused on what she's appears to be looking at. It's just, there is some distraction, but it's this too. So both of these are wearing ruby rings, signifying a commitment to some sort of self-worth, some sort of vision. They're both wearing red. And they're both very focused and committed to something. She's playing with her dream. She's very focused as well. So you can see the focus, hopefully focus. Hello camera, focus, focus. I love how this is like focusing cameras. So she's very focused, but she's playing with an idea. She doesn't have a real propeller, and she might be a little pissed off about the fact that she has a toy propeller and she's not really going anywhere, and she's a jellyfish, so she's not really going anywhere. She's just kind of like here immersed in some sort of dream. She's very immersed in this dream and she's playing with it. She has a companion here who's going to be with her through this journey, but both of them have a very large commitment and a lot of focus. This one's observing, this one's playing. So both of them are in sort of preparation stages, idea generating stages. This is like brainstorming stages and ideas. They're focused on something. They have a dream. They have a vision, and they're playing with it. They're getting new ideas. They're toying with what's it going to be like when I actually get to trade up to a real propeller and I actually get to go somewhere. So there's this is sort of, yeah, brainstorming idea, playing with an idea, moving it, imagining how this is all going to play out. That kind of thing is going on here. It seems like it's a pretty emotional process too. Very serious also. I mean, I'm talking play, but I'm talking like, it's very serious. She's not screaming and bumping into walls like many children. She's very serious about this. We have the gardener. So the gardener is about taking care of yourself is taking care of your community. Taking care of yourself is taking care of your environment. This is growing your own vegetables. You can bring them to market and you can sell them to your neighbors, that kind of thing. And I was just thinking about this card earlier today about the metta prayer, the Buddhist metta prayer we have here. And one of the rules about the metta prayer is you pray it for yourself, which is really beautiful in my opinion, because I grew up with the idea of Jesus, others, you. Well, there's a lot of others. There's 7 billion others. I can't get through pleasing others, all those 7 billion, until I get to myself. Like, there's just not even enough seconds in my life to do that. even if I devoted 1 second. Anyway, it turns out you end up in really shitty relationships if you put others before yourself. This is a bad idea. Jesus, others, you. oh, wow, you know how many people I knew when I was a kid and a teenager, and always putting myself last and never taking care of myself and never prioritizing what I wanted, because that's apparently what I was taught would be the opposite of joy. Joy is thinking about what other people want before you. So this is the opposite. This is take care of yourself, actually. It's jia or ya or yo, yourself then others. And taking care of yourself does take care of others. Like, imagine my shock the first time I went on an airplane and I was like, you put the mask on yourself first and then on others. How does that even work? Can anyone survive like that? And then, so the meta prayer is that you have to say it for yourself first. And this is so healing for me and for so many other people that tend to give and put others before themselves. This is very healing. You first pray for yourself. May I be happy. May I be well. May I be at ease. May I be peaceful. May I be safe. And then you pray it for the other person. But you first make sure that you understand that you're worthy of all of that. That's the foundation. So this is this card. This is the meta prayer card. This is the first you pray it for yourself. And then praying it for yourself, you can bring a much better, much fulfilled, much more nurtured self into your relationships, into everything else. You pour from a full cup, not an empty cup. So this is about making sure you're growing, making sure you're attending to your personal garden, making sure you're attending to your personal growth. And this is the promise that this benefits your community. This benefits your town, your city, your home. It benefits everybody when you take care of yourself, when you pray for your own growth and safety first and make sure that that's a priority, because you're not worse than anybody else. You're not better than anybody else, but you're not worse than anybody else. So if you want to give something to somebody else, make sure you're willing to give it to yourself too, and give it to yourself first. And you're pouring from a full cup. So that card is a beautiful card, and it gave me a chance to talk about my new idea that I was having today. And then we have no rain today. So again, we have this cloud peeing her pants here, but we're going to try not to look at that. And we're going to talk about today. Right now is good. Today is happy. And we're focused on being here right now and focus on being present and being present with our happiness. Yeah, we got a cloud here. Okay. And where we live, the cloud, it just depends on how much rain you get, if this cloud is a good thing or a bad thing. But we're just going to take it in the general cultural idea that it's a bad thing. No rain today. Sunny. Okay, so you're focused on the good stuff. You're focused on today, and what is today, and what time is it? It's now. And where are you? You're here. So that's a question that you're going to be asking and answering all week in order to stay focused. We're trying to stay focused. We might be getting a little distracted, but we're trying to stay focused. And so we're just going to stay focused on today and not be distracted by this cloud that we know is just hanging out right nearby. We got tears, we've got sorrow, we've got all of that right there. But for this week, we're focusing on the good things, on the good aspects of this week. Okay, so we were going to do some Moonology here. Did you have anything else to say, Moonology? You just wanted to get that out right away. Okay. Oh man, we just got this card, and I just personally got this card too. Full moon in Capricorn, the end of a tough cycle approaches. So let that tough cycle get out of the way. Let it end, let it go, let it move, let it get out of the way. Don't be clinging onto it. Don't be obsessing about whatever difficulty you've just been through. Don't be rehashing it, revisiting it. You got to let that cloud move out of the cloud is moving out of the way, and you have to be focused on the sunshine coming in to you today, right now. Let that cloud move. So the end of a tough cycle approaches. So let that tough cycle end, let it move. Let's move on to the next cycle. Let's move on to the next phase that we're going to be in life. But let us not worry and fret about that very nearby cloud that just went over the sun and shaded our whole week and our whole day. Let's let the cloud move through the sky and not cling to it. Oh, that's also reminding me of cloud meditation, of just letting your thoughts move like clouds through the sky and letting them move. And that's how clouds do. You know, it's very rare that we get a fog. I guess that could be metaphorically some depression or something. And even the fog moves out eventually. So let that cloud that darkened your sun, let it keep moving on. Let it just move on. Let the darker thoughts move through without getting stuck here. So let that tough cycle go. Okay, and it's not that easy. That sounds easy, but it's really not. So, but you can be happy. You can be happy that at the end of it, something really difficult is approaching. And then we're going to move to ethereal visions, which I am nervously shuffling here. So for Leo, this is your past, this is your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, your possible outcome. You got a couple wands here, so we're talking creativity, inspiration, maybe even sexuality, intuition, that kind of thing. So in your recent past, you have this Two of Wands. This is planning, preparing, doing all of that, but not necessarily trusting your intuition, but looking at what you actually have, what's actually here right in front of you. Our intuition we put off to the side, but right now, but in your recent past, you were very focused on physicality, on what you actually had, on what you could see, what was obvious, what was logical. You were very focused on that and planning and doing that kind of thing. I mean, very focused. The word focus keeps coming in here. You were focused. Looks like there might be some distraction. In your present situation, there might be a little clinging, a little obsession. This is when you first have the baby and you can't stop staring at it for 3 days straight. This is your precious. And this isn't a terrible vibe. There's just being enamored with something and holding on to it very tightly. You're not going to be letting this little pentacle go. This could be something in your real world, something in your actual life, in your environment. It could be this propeller you're playing with, an idea you're playing with. This could be, I mean, you are very focused and committed to something, and this is hell of a lot of commitment to holding on to that coin, keeping it safe, keeping your precious safe, and that's in the present moment. Internally, now the Wheel of Fortune here is sort of, I would view it very externally. So I think what you're worried about is some aspect of luck. You're either worried or hopeful, which are two it has to do with luck. And those worry and fear are the same. Worry and hope, fear and hope, opposite sides of the same coin. It's thinking about something in the future, and this is about luck. And you're hoping your luck is going to turn, or you're worried about having bad luck. You're very worried about things that are outside of your control. You're either hopeful about things that are outside of your control, and I see a lot of hope here, but I see worry here. So these two things might be flip-flopping. This coin might be flip-flopping here, where you're hopeful, you're worried. You're hopeful, you're worried. I hope this is going to happen. Oh my gosh, I worry that that's not going to happen. I hope it goes like this. I hope it goes like this. And this is, I hope and I worry. I hope and I worry. I hope and I worry. So that's a little bit of what's going on inside you. It has to do with luck and things outside of your control. And of course, we all have hopes and fears about all the shit outside of our control, which is like, there's a lot in our control, our attitude, our choices, choosing what we're choosing to focus on, the cloud or the sun. There's a lot that we can control, but there is so much. What we can control is basically our responses to a lot of things. So you're having hopes and fears about things, luck, something having to do with luck. At issue is this Ace of Wands. So we're taking it in the reversal. So a lack of inspiration, a lack of, and that's what this was a little bit too. You were just ignoring, in the recent past, someone was just ignoring their intuition about something, and just looking at what is and trying to focus and plan on what is. And this is not having that inspiration, not having that intuition. There's something about not having a new beginning, not having a new idea. I mean, and that's causing a problem for you. But I'm seeing here with this observer that you're having a lot of ideas, a lot of brainstorming. And you know, you've got these dreams and ideas, a lot, big dreams and ideas coming in. But maybe the tough cycle that's ending is not having any vision, not having this vision, not having intuition, an intuitive vibe about what's going on. You know, that's what's at issue. There's some sort of lack of a new beginning that maybe you were hoping would come in, or maybe you were expecting to come in, and it's just not happening. And you're not able to see, you know, with your third eye here, it seems blocked. And maybe that's why you're so worried about this future and this luck, because you're just not getting the intuitive hits that you're hoping to get. In your environment, we have an actual person. This is a master of intuition, a master of creativity, rejuvenation. This salamander here is a symbol of resurrection. So this is somebody who's very strong, very inspired, perhaps well-traveled, very excited. They're a king, they're a boss type figure. This is someone that you know that's in your environment. They deal with intuition and creativity, and they're sort of a boss type figure, a king of creativity, a king of intuition and inspiration. And I'd be remiss in saying, you know, sexuality too, if possible, possibly. Some, and this can be male or female. We don't give a shit about gender here. So it could be a woman who's very in touch with her intuition, or very sexual, or very inspired, or very creative, a master artist here who's very strong, loyal, I want to say, inspiring, very inspiring person in your environment. Your to-do list, the energy you need to step into is to come in with this Ace of Swords, the truth. You need to bring in some sort of truth, some sort of epiphany, some sort of new idea. I mean, you're kind of waiting for this new idea, but you need to bring it in. You need to bring in your truth, your honesty. This is your idea. You need to bring out your idea to light. So maybe you've just been sitting in quietness with these ideas, and maybe, you know, the reason why the intuition is blocked here, or the intuitive vibe here is a little blocked, is maybe this idea that's very precious to you, maybe you need to bring it out into the world and share it. And you're worried about the luck, or you're worried about something bad happening because you do that, or something good happening. But this is you bringing out the truth and bringing out this idea, or this thing you've been focused on, or something like that, bringing this out into the world. You need to bring your truth out and communicate something. Ouch, I just feel like this hand is like really holding onto the wrong part of that sword. I don't understand that. Because it just seems like you're going to cut yourself, which I really doubt is the to-do list here. So maybe it's like a promise you make, you know, blood brothers, you know. I don't know what that, I just noticed that. I don't know if that's like that just seems kind of wild. I've never seen that before. Maybe you're just so strong you can handle the idea directly and you don't need any handle. You can just grab onto this sharp, smart, it just seems the opposite of smart. But maybe your hands are so callous, you've done all this work that you can just grab onto that, that blade and wield it and show your strength that way. But we have a crown here too. So there's this king energy here that you need to bring in too. So there's somebody else that's a king, but you need to bring in your king ideas too. And then your possible outcome is, now that you've done a bunch of work, you get to wait. You get to wait for these things to come to fruition. You're going to put in a lot of work, and then things aren't going to come to fruition right away. You got to wait on it. You got to wait. And some of the work you need to put in is in yourself here, and that's going to benefit your community. But you need to put in this work and wait a bit. You're going to be waiting, but you're going to be watching it come to fruition. It's not like you're waiting for something that you can't see and you're just having to have completely blind faith. You can see that these pentacles are here. You can see that they're almost ripe. You just got to watch it and wait for the time to be right. You put in this work, bringing your ideas out. You're gonna see the fruits of your labors. It's gonna take time, but you're gonna see the fruits of your labors. This dream you have, this focus you have, this work you have. This idea that you're having, this truth. Once you bring that out, it will bear fruit. It's just gonna take a while, but you're gonna watch it happen. So it's not gonna take blind faith. You're gonna watch it happen. All right, Leo. I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for likes, subscribes, and shares and all of that. It is both encouraging to me, and it also raises the visibility of the channel so that other people can find these messages, which are hopefully useful. Hope you have a great week.